Here are the 3 finalists for the name of my game. I need you to vote. There will be a poll in this video. Click on the little eye icon in the top. I don't want this to go wrong. The name of your game is really important. And I just have to admit that naming stuff is not one of my strengths. First of all, we have Ovus-Ovus. Then we have Stellova, which a lot of you seem to like as well. And then finally a new one, which is Ovus Nova. And here once again in the opposite order, Ovus Nova. And by the way, we're not voting on a logo, we're just voting on a name. So Stellova, just so you can imagine how it could look, not how it will look. And Ovus-Ovus. I know it's not gonna be an easy decision, but we have to take one anyway. Have you voted? Because I will tell you my opinion and that will probably heavily influence you. So vote now and then I'll tell you what I think. First of all, the advantage of Ovus-Ovus is that it fits really well thematically. It is 2 times the same word but connected, which reminds me a lot of those eggs that split into 2 parts. The cool thing about Stellova is that it's a really unique word that you cannot find on Google, so it does absolutely amazing in the quote-unquote Google test when you type it into Google. And the best thing about Ovus Nova is that it just sounds cool. So which of them would I pick if I didn't knew what your opinion was? Drum roll. I would probably stick to Ovus-Ovus because it's very easy to remember. I feel like even if it's a little silly, even if it's a little stupid, I think it's something that sticks into your mind more than the other names. You might be wondering, why do I even ask you? Why even bother if I know what I want? I'm really not sure about this, okay? I think all 3 of those names are really good and it's a really hard decision. I'm just not good at naming stuff and I don't trust myself. I know that I can create fun games, that I can create fun gameplay, but when it's about naming things, I don't have that much confidence. The rest of this video will be some cool behind the scenes footage, you know, 2 hours of work edited down to 5 minutes of video. Let's go. I'm really struggling with the name of my game at the moment. You gave me a ton of useful feedback. Thank you very much for that. Here are the new 3 favorites. I tried my scoring system here, but really it doesn't work when the numbers are that close. We have 7.7, 7.7 and 7.9, and that's way too close to make a decision based on that. Let's try to do a bit of Photoshop and maybe we can figure something out this way. Obviously this is just an experiment. This will not be the logo, the official logo of the game, because I want to model the official logo out of DAW as well, out of clay. So I could imagine something like this. Let's experiment with the layer style. Yes, this clearly looks awesome. Clearly looks perfect. Okay, let's speed this up a little because I clearly understand you don't have the entire day to watch my stupid videos. One interesting question is also, why do I create logos when I just want to decide on a name? And that's actually just to get a better feel for the name. It's really hard to tell how good a name is if you don't visualize it properly, or at least that's my opinion. Because if you just write it down on a piece of paper, if you just write it down on YouTube or something like that in a standard font, then it will look way different and it will still influence you. So better do it in a way that influences you in a somewhat realistic way, because if you just use a standard font or look at a standard font, then you're not really getting a good idea of the name. Some names just look better in certain fonts, some look worse, and I wanted to get them on a similar level because I think that makes them a lot easier to compare them. And as you see in this video, the fonts are also something I experiment with a lot. I'm just moving things around, trying different stuff, and actually for fast forwarding this video I think is a really cool way to show you all the things I tried. I really tried crazy things, mirroring fonts up and down, underlining and even overlining my text. Absolutely crazy. I know your mind is blown. And then once I'm done, I just click export, et voila! We have a couple of beautiful names for our game. But which one will we decide on? Which one will it be? Find out in the next episode of Jonas Chooses a Name. Thank you very much for watching. Make the world your playground, because the world is a playground. Peace out.